Hello friends and welcome back to the C.Gars channel. Today I'm once again joined by Anthony. Thanks for joining me today, Anthony. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, how about you?
Yeah, all good. Brilliant now that we're sitting down with a nice smoke.
Well, what a way to spend a Friday.
Exactly, that's the way to do it. So today, Anthony, we're going to be talking about a brand under the Davidoff portfolio, which is Avo. Now, Avo is a very significant brand right now.
It is.
Could you tell us why that is?
So, for a start, Avo is exclusive to C.Gars and Turmeaus tobacconists. So, if you're trying to find them anywhere else out there in the country, you're very limited in terms of where you can find them, but when you can find them, there's a beautiful plethora of ranges and portfolios out there to try. Avo, in terms of his impact on Dominican cigars, it's very well renowned, and his entire approach to cigars was completely unique at the time. Coming in as a jazz musician who happened to just have a fondness for cigars, but was always searching for a better quality product. And he travelled the world. He looked around in Cuba. He looked around in Nicaragua. He settled on the Dominican. Happened to bump into Henke Kellner one day, and the beautiful relationship grew from there. It's a brand that we're very, very proud to have within our umbrella of names, and across the board from all of the Vitolas, there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
And personally, for my mind, the price point that you get a lot of cigar for an okay amount of money, but they're by no means a budget stick in any way. But you wouldn't want a budget stick. You want a higher quality premium product at an affordable price. I don't think you can go pretty wrong with these.
Yeah, of course, I totally agree. Do you have a favourite from the range?
Mine's one of the old. It was one of the Fagata box press Toros. Yeah. Was of the Nicaragua one as well was pretty substantial. As people know, I tend to prefer a larger cigar, so I think picking the Toro for today was a great choice. Yeah. And the number 2 classic Toro, one of the newer additions to the UK offering from Avo, and actually a cigar that we've got a few events lined up across the board. I think I'm actually going to be up in Liverpool on the 2nd of April. Cool. Pairing this cigar with Lakes Distillery. So if you are in any of the surrounding areas, Chester, Manchester, maybe have a little jaunt over to Liverpool for the evening, and we can have a great night. But I think for us, I think it's probably been over a year since I smoked this cigar.
Yeah, so I don't think I've actually tried this one.
Probably not.
I have to say my favourite from the range is also the Fagata. Yeah. Maybe not the
too big of a size.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a bit too big for me.
The Robusto's a perfect size.
It's a beautifully blended cigar. Yeah. And yeah, you really can't go wrong with them. So highly recommend them. But I'm excited to get into it. Shall we get them cut and lit?
And then we'll get into the nitty gritty and discuss more details.
Exactly.
No worries.
Awesome. Into the cigar now. Yeah. Anthony, could you tell us a little bit about Avo's journey?
Okay, so interesting enough, in 1983, Avo Uvezian's daughter was born. And he flew to Switzerland to celebrate her christening. As he was celebrating, was given a Cuban cigar, and whilst he enjoyed it, he was kind of shocked at the price of Cuban cigars. This was even in the 80s in comparison to the rest of the world. So kind of travelled about a bit to try and find manufacturers of cigars, and he met Henke Kellner, our former master blender at Davidoff. Over a series of discussions and trying samples and everything like that, Avo was so happy with the quality of the cigars that were being produced and he was sampling and the ideas behind them. He actually gave Henke Kellner 25% more money than he was originally offered.
Oh wow! Okay, it's quite a big difference.
I mean, the idea, what he kind of said was that he wanted to overpay to almost guarantee himself the best quality tobacco, which he certainly did. And the numbers grew pretty quickly from there, starting around about 120,000 in the first year, within the space of kind of 4 or 5 years, going up into the millions. So quite an aggressive growth of the product, based off advice from places like Henke Kellner, places like Chef Michel Roux spoke to Avo about how to do the bands on his cigars and how to attract the eye. So the brightly coloured bands and the brightly coloured boxes, as we know from cigar retail, if you walk into a humidor, the first thing that catches your eye is the attractive bands on the cigars, and then you want to find out a little bit more about them. So that was back then it wasn't really, not so much the done thing, but it was one of the early adopters of using bright packaging to attract the eye. Tying things in with the musical influence as well, so from across the board, all of the cigars are named after certain parts of whether it's musical instruments, whether it's kind of musical notes, and it's all kind of ties back in with that jazz musician at heart and the melody and the symphony of the cigars. The strapline of savor the flavor, and when you sit back and you savor music and you kind of let the music kind of absorb into your head, and you can transport yourself from anywhere around the world. And I think the Avo cigars are always that real nice romance story of sitting back, putting some jazz music on, having an Avo, and just kind of envisioning being in a jazz bar back in the day, and probably appearing a lot cooler than I actually am, which is kind of how I've gone about most of my life. But it's a really fun thing. This cigar for today, let's say, it's been a long time since I actually smoked this cigar, but you've got that wonderful Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper giving you a nice little bit of a zing on the lips, not too zingy and sprightly, but it's got enough there. Dominican binder and then Dominican fillers. Overall, like a really super creamy, rich experience.
Honestly, it's so beautiful. You guys have to try this.
It's a really, really good cigar. I mean, and like I said, for the price, don't let my bosses know what you guys are charging on the price, because he probably wouldn't be happy. But it's an absolutely great cigar. If you're looking to get into the Avo range and try something new, this in this Toro format as well is going to give you a little bit more time in that first third, in that middle third, in that final third, to get an idea of where the portfolio is going. There's also some rare chances to find some discontinued or end-of-line cigars in the Avo collection. So you can get some stuff that's about to disappear or out of into obscurity. Then you can really pick up some really cool rare stuff.
100%.
Perfect. But I think we'll take this one down a little bit more to the middle. I've got a few more little tidbits and facts and figures about Avo to tease you on.
Cool.
It's going to make you guys watch the next part of the video. Always keep them wanting. I think that's what they say.
Always. All right, lovely. Thank you. Right, guys. So we are now in the middle third. Anthony, what are your thoughts on the cigar?
Exceptional, as ever.
Of course.
I mean, tasting note wise, it's been almost exactly what I wanted it to be. Got that nice little bit of a zingy citrusy note coming off the Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, but as I've progressed through the first third, coming up to around about the halfway mark, mostly getting a lot of cocoa, a lot of leather, fresh spices, a little bit on the retrohale specifically, but those fresh spices aren't potent at all. They're just more of a kind of warming sensation more than anything, and definitely very classic Dominican notes coming in there as well. So I've got those kind of creamy straw hay notes that you're always going to get from Dominican tobacco. It's what you kind of look for in the classic Dominican portfolios and the classic Dominican taste notes. But like I said, heating up a little bit more just because we're getting closer to the source of ignition. So I think that's where those slightly spicier tendencies are going. But there is no real kind of, I wouldn't say this is a spicy cigar in any way. No.
I think it's a very cool smoke.
Yes.
It's just very easygoing, and I think it's a really, really good pick for someone who's new to cigars and wants to get into them, but have a really premium quality cigar.
I mean, proof of concept is we've sat here kind of smoking the cigar, enjoying the cigar, so much so that you've dropped ash on yourself twice.
we didn't want to mention
that. No, I'm going to mention it. I enjoyed both times. It made me laugh quite heartily during both moments. But, I mean, that is the sign of a good cigar. If you're just enjoying the moments of it so much so that dropping ash on yourself is almost a kind of a sign of an enjoyable afternoon or an enjoyable session on cigars. But definitely one to try out for sure, and look across the portfolio, look at the blends. There's going to be bits in there that you really if you're looking for more of a full-bodied experience, if you're looking for more of a mellow experience, and Vitola wise, you've got everything from around that kind of half-hour smoking time up to around the hour and 15. And as we all know, samplers are the best thing, and we're actually focusing on Avo this month because the 22nd of March would have been Avo's birthday, and the 24th of March is actually the anniversary of his passing away. So within a kind of 2-day period, many years apart, you've got the celebration of his birth and the anniversary of his passing. So kind of revisiting Avo as a brand for us as a kind of the perfect marriage when we start discussing these, sitting down to have a little chat and have a smoke. The perfect timing for Avo month, as we're liking to call it. So I think we're going to be looking at putting some new samplers out there, revisiting some of the blends across the board. So keep an eye on the C.Gars and Turmeaus social medias over the next few days and few weeks, leading towards the end of the month. And jump onto our socials, onto the Davidoff UK page. Let me know your thoughts on the Avo cigars. Let me know your thoughts on your favourite, which ones you don't like. I always like to know what people don't like, to maybe question their choices. Maybe nice is fun. Cigars are out there for everyone to smoke, and something we've always discussed is finding what you don't like is so much more important. So, if you see those samplers, if you like the idea of it, grab a sampler, try all the cigars across the board. You find the ones you like, you find the ones you don't. The ones you like, experiment more and discover more. The ones you don't, bear those in mind the next time you're kind of looking at purchasing, and you'll make more informed decisions and more of the right choices along the cigars you really enjoy, and learning more information about them. Utilising the website, there's all the information on the website out there for you. If you find a cigar that you go, I kind of like this part of it, but this part I didn't. Sometimes it might be, for me, it's always tends to be the size more than the blend. Mm-hmm. Is it a cigar that's slightly too big for my personal preference in that blend? Mm-hmm. Is it kind of leaving me going, just kind of, you're almost going through the motions. Your palate is at a point where it's exhausted, and you're just smoking the cigar for cigar's sake. So then you look at a smaller Vitola. Or on the other side is you're wanting more of it. So it's a smaller Vitola, and you kind of go, I wish I had another 20 minutes of that, or I wish I had another half an hour of that. So again, you're going to kind of look at a larger Vitola. Mm-hmm. And the only way you can kind of do that is by trying both sides of the spectrum and trying, the mid one, trying the larger one, trying the smaller one, finding the one that works perfectly for you.
It's definitely great advice. And
that's the same across all cigars, not just our cigars. Cigars are out there to be enjoyed and to be experimented, and I said samplers have always been that idea of multiple cigars available in a single click option, where you wouldn't necessarily maybe add those individual ones to your cart while you're shopping on the website, but a nice curated selection of cigars, different regions, different sizes, different strengths. It's going to give you that one tick option. It's already added together. It's all in the bag, and you get to sit at home, get them arrive, and pick which one you're going to smoke first. It's always fun.
It's that easy.
It is that easy indeed, yeah.
And it's just like you said, just being able to try different things in one, because within samplers we try and include multiple different vitolas, different regions of tobacco within it, so it really includes everything that you could want and need.
I think we have a tendency to be creatures of habit. So you find a cigar you like, you'll tend to just stick to that one. So I'm always kind of mindful of, if you have your regular cigar that you always choose, and you go into the shop or you shop online and you buy your 3, 4 or 5 of them, maybe just add something extra that catches your eye, something just different. To try it. If you like it, amazing. There's an entire world of cigars, an entire new world of cigars. Hey. like to say to have a look at, and whether it's Davidoff, whether it's Plasencia, Avo, Zino, Camacho, any of our brands, you've got so much to experiment with. Yeah. But you have to do those experiments, and sometimes you have to step a little bit outside of your comfort zone, just to try something new every now and then. If you like it, amazing. If you don't, you still had a premium hand-rolled quality product, and you now know a little bit more about what you don't.
Exactly.
Perfect.
It's very well put, and I have to say I'm a testament to that, because obviously, as you know, when I first started, I was just Cuban.
Yes, you were.
And now I love trying new things and finding what I love, and now I just revel in it. I love it.
And there's so much choice out there. There's always something new. There's always something you've probably never seen or never heard of. And for the C.Gars customers and Turmeaus customers are able to pop into the shops, ask those questions in the humidor, ask the guys who are looking after you. Little bits of information always go a long way. And as we hopefully get into warmer weather, I'm hoping starting barbecuing again soon. If you can pick up a few tidbits of information, the next time you pop into a shop or you're shopping online, those 4 or 5 cigars that you buy for yourself and your friends, you pull them out at the barbecue or at the meal or at the dinner, and you can give a little bit of information, and you become the next cigar guy within your group of friends, and you probably take a little bit of weight off me being the cigar guy in every place I go in the world.
Probably not.
Probably not. They'll still message me as well. But he wasn't lying. It was the truth about that cigar.
But yeah, please do ask the experts in store, because we are here to help.
Exactly.
And that's our favourite thing to do.
I think we sit back, and I teased a little bit of a fun fact about Avo. I'll mention when we're into the final third. Okay. It's one of those ones where It's a bit of an urban legend, but I really love the story behind it, and I'd love to know your guys' opinion on it, because I personally think it's true, and I'd like to think it's true.
Okay.
But it's just funny to find out what people think.
Right. Okay. Well, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Okay, guys. So we are now in the final thirds, and you had some really cool.
I have a very cool fact about Avo.
Yeah.
That is true until proven untrue. I think the technical term is. So, according to Avo Uvezian, he wrote the music for Frank Sinatra's song "Strangers in the Night."
Oh.
A mutual friend set up a meeting between Frank Sinatra and Avo to discuss one of his melodies. The lyrics for the song were already written under a different name. I believe the song was called Broken Guitar. Sinatra really loved the melody. Didn't quite like the lyrics to the song, so had the lyrics altered. But in between that time, Avo had actually sent the melody on to Germany to a friend of his, who claimed credit for the melody and is credited as the writer of the music of that song. Avo is still very steadfast in his claim to the writing of the original melody, and also that he had a letter of acknowledgement from the man he sent the music over to. So I'm going to say that Avo did write the music for Strangers in the Night, and it's quite a nice thing. If you're looking for a song to smoke your cigar along to, that might be a nice little. Bring it all together in a nice covered up package.
I think that would be brilliant. I mean, I'd love to play some over the video, but I don't think we'll be allowed to.
I don't think you'd get copyright.
Probably not.
Copyright wouldn't
not
quite
ideal.
let you could get a guitar and play it yourself.
I'll give it a go. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Yeah.
Give me a couple of months.
Next time we're at karaoke, we'll get Strangers in the Night on there.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool fact.
Yeah,
well, say fact.
We'll say fact. Fact. But no, let us know in the comments if you think or know that it's true. I'd love to find out some more information on that for sure.
That is really interesting. He's quite a character, isn't he?
The man was always impeccably dressed. It's one of those styles of dress that I don't think I could ever pull off, even on my best day. But he was always impeccably dressed, always with a smart hat, always with a smart suit, and just kind of embodied that classic jazz musician. Piano playing hands and those kind of things. So it's always those nice kind of hark back to, we look at the boxes of the Avo and they have those musical influences on them, and we just kind of bring those all back round, constantly paying homage to the founder and this kind of almost beautiful crafted designs that he had for his boxes, his approach to the blends, how he worded things, and so it was it's a feather in the Davidoff cap that we are constantly proud of, and proud to be able to offer it as an exclusive to C.Gars and Turmeaus customers. So I said, if you are looking to find any Avo cigars, you have to come to a C.Gars website or shop or a Turmeaus tobacconist around the UK. Snap them up while you can. Enjoy them at your leisure, and give some to your friends, I suppose. But not too bad.
Not too many.
Not too many. Maybe one or two. Keep the most for yourself.
Keep them for yourself.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to know that there is not just a random person behind a brand. It's like a character, someone who has passion behind it.
Yeah, and the way he kind of sought out a better quality product, he wanted to create these beautiful cigars. He found Henke Kellner, gave him more money than he wanted to keep the best tobacco and have the best products, and taking on those information from Michel Roux about using attractive packaging and how to entice the cigar buyers out there. It's all just again testament to the man and testament to the brand, and we like to think that we've continued that on in his legacy, and flying the Avo flag high as we can. And it's always this cigar. So it's been a while since I've smoked it, but it's just as good as I remember it, and the flavors have been exceptional. And, for you to smoke it for your first time as well is and hear that enjoyment. And I think I said, if you are in Liverpool on the 2nd of April, tickets are available on the website. I'm sure you guys will link it down below. I'd love to see as many of you as possible. And keep an eye on social media across the board. We've got some exciting stuff coming up towards the summer, especially with Avo. We've got some interesting events and things lined up, which I'm sure will be a lot of fun. Cigars that I've never tried, and new bits and pieces. So it's gonna be a fun summer. I'm looking forward to, and hopefully these the rainy weather and the drizzly days clear off pretty soon because I'm ready to start sitting out in the garden enjoying cigars of an evening.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty warm today. To be fair,
Pretty warm today.
So-
It's not too bad. It was attempting to rain, but you know, in a seaside town, that's always the risk, isn't
always
it?
the case. Yeah. If people enjoy this cigar, what
Mhm.
else would you recommend from the line?
I would go look along the EXO ranges. So the Preludio is a phenomenal cigar. If you're looking for a quick smoke, the classic Purito in the tins of 10, which are available as singles as well, I
They
believe.
are, yeah.
If you're looking for that nice kind of little 5-minute escape from the world, that's the kind of perfect cigar to go for in a nice metal tin of 10 as well. So again, if you're looking at going watching the rugby this weekend, all 3 Six Nations game, a tin of 10 of those might keep you going through the bad points, especially the England-France game, which I think is going to probably be quite a close-knit game to sit back and relax with. Or, you know, try the samplers. It's definitely going to be the perfect option to try as many of them as possible. And let me know what your favourites are. This one is it's ranking pretty high up there at the
I was going
moment
to
for
say
me.
that same for me.
Yeah.
Really, it's definitely on par with the Fagata.
Yeah.
So I think that says something
Let's
about it.
Let's give it a go.
But yeah, Anthony, thank you so much for joining me today.
Always a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure. It's really interesting to hear about the history behind the brand and Avo himself. And yeah, just if you want to check them out, you can check out the link in the description below. And stay safe and happy herfing. Peace.